In this video, we will learn about in this video, we will learn more about the module attributes and how to use them in the learning plan. So once you are in the learning plan and you have filled out your meta information and your gamification configuration, when you click on modules, this is the area where you stack up all the modules together to create your journey. And the way you do that is by clicking on add module button here, selecting the type of module you want to add to your journey, and then selecting from this drop down the already created module and adding it to your stack. So I have done that already. One quick information is one quick snippet that so once you start creating your learning plan, you will also be able to see a very quick overview of the journey as it is looking like right now. Hi Aryan, as you are creating your learning plan or your learning journey, you will be able to get a very quick overview of what your journey is looking like till now. So how many modules are there in your journey, what is the total playtime of those modules, and what is the spread of your modules or your journey across days. So it's a quick way to know how your journey is shaping up. So as you stack up these modules, you will see that each of these modules are depicted by this bar, which have these tags which depict what type of module it is. If you click on this arrow button here, this is an accordion which expands and now shows you the different module attributes. The module attributes are divided into three parts: activation, more, and advanced. Let's look at activation first. This is the trigger that you can configure on how and when you want your module to be activated for the learner in the journey. There are multiple options available here, starting with immediately, which means if you want your module to be assigned in the journey to your learners when the learning plan gets assigned, so immediately it will be available for attempt. If you want to add some delay, you can add a particular minutes delay, or you minutes, hours, days delay after completion of previous module. Or you can also set it to trigger on a particular date, which you can select from here, date and time. Or you can also do a conditional trigger, which will activate the module basis the condition that you will set. It could be gaining a particular number of showing a particular performance in the previously attempted module, or if the module okay. You can also use conditional activation and set a rule on when a particular module should be activated. The options here allow you to choose between the score, which is the actual points, which is the actual score received as a result of attempting questions that are graded, or points, which are your experience points that you have gained till now in your profile. So you can set a particular module to get triggered conditionally basis the score, if that is greater than, less than, or equal to a particular number or percentage of previous module. So these are three different ways or four different ways you can activate your module. Now under the more section here, you will see some options. The definition and options within the definition of these options is already given in the knowledge base page. You can read up from there, but very quickly let's look at what are the different options that are under the more. So first option that you see is multi attempts. So here you can set how many times you can allow your learners to attempt this module. So I have set this particular lesson to be attempted, to be allowed attempt three times. A good use case could be that if you have a quiz and the learners don't get a particular percentage in their first attempt, they can re-attempt it. You can also disable review from this option here. Disable review is an option that will not allow the users to come back to the module and see what the module was once it was completed. You can also activate or deactivate rating from here. This rating is the feedback that user will give to the module after the module is completed. You can enable it from here, and you can also make it mandatory. Now let's look at some of the advanced modules. Let's now look at some of the advanced module attributes. The one that you see here is called certificate. So you can activate a certificate on a particular module if you can activate a okay. Um, so you can activate a certificate for a particular module by clicking on this button. Um, you will be able to select a previously created certificate template. Um, if there is none, okay. The module attributes will differ for the different types of modules that you are using in the learning plan. So, for example, for a quiz module, you will see far many number of configurations available in the advanced tab. So let's look at what these are for the quiz modules. The first one that you see is time limit. So I can set a time limit for this quiz from here. I can also enable proctoring, which is video recording, image capturing, and tab lock for this particular quiz. I can also randomize questions, and I can change the sequence and the questions themselves. The way I do that is that if the total number of questions in a particular quiz, let's say, are 100, then I can set the maximum question to be, let's say, 75. So what the system will do is it will pick up any random 75 questions for each unique user that attempts the module. So that way, ensuring you're not just jumbling up the sequence of the questions, but also the question themselves. You can also show feedback. So if you have set up option level feedback in your quizzes, especially MCQs, then you will be able to use a particular module with the ability to show feedback, which is option level feedback, or you can disable it if you do not want to show the feedback to the learner once they are attempting it. For different use cases, you can create a module once or a quiz once and use it for assessment, which is without showing feedback, and also for coaching, which is by showing feedback. You can also set a pass percentage for a particular, if it's for a particular quiz module, if it is a graded module. So now you can set a pass percentage, let's say, of 90%. So it will help you in reporting to see people who have passed and people who have not. So this way you can set up different type of module attributes. You can read more about them on the knowledge base. And once you have set up all of this information, then you can come here at the bottom and click on save. That will ensure that the settings that you have done are saved, and the modules, in the way that they will be served in the learning plan, will get governed by these configurations that you have now created.